Welcome to your weekly UAS news update. And this week we have 4 stories. We're going to talk about Connecticut and then also DFR, which is something for first responders. We'll talk about the Michigan court case that we talked about a couple weeks ago. And then lastly, a follow-up for the Philly YouTuber. Let's get to it. And yes, this week we are not in the studio. We are actually in Utah recording a new drone course, but let's talk about Connecticut. This is in the Connecticut Senate at the moment. So the bill is SB3, and this would be yet another bill that would prevent first responders from using their drones, their Chinese-made drones for public safety usage. If you are in public safety and if you are in Connecticut, please reach out to your representative. There is a page link down in here to the Drone Advocacy Alliance website that will help you connect directly with the person that is closest to you. If you are also just a regular citizen living in Connecticut, you can also reach out. Please let them know that this is not a bill that is acceptable. It would prevent public safety responders from basically using any DJI drones that they currently have in their fleet, which is not something that we support. Also, along the same line, I want to talk about the DFR, which is the Drone for First Responder Act, which is something that Representative Stefanik from New York is trying to put in place. We talked about it for the last couple of weeks, and the reason why I keep talking about this because this is a really bad bill that we need to oppose as soon as it becomes actually text. At the moment, it's still not available as a full text, but it has been rumored around several times, which is why we need to get ready to oppose it. Now, despite the name, the DFR Act actually would limit first responders from using any drone that they want to use. Not only that, it also imposes an additional tax on these agencies until the DJI drones are banned. DJI and other Chinese drones would be banned. This is in 6 years, so they are expanding this bill to have 6 years of wait time where we can utilize the DJI drones, but then in 6 years they become too much of a threat and then they need to be banned. I've mentioned this before, this doesn't make any sense if this is actually an actual threat from DJI and Chinese drones. Why are you going to wait another 6 years before you put them in place? So please reach out to your representative. Again, we're going to put a link down in the description to the DAA website where you can take action. This is extremely important at this stage, which is why I wanted to talk about it again, and we probably will talk about it again one more time next week. Now, in addition to all of this, the DFR Act would also add a tax to traditional users like you, not just to public safety. I'm going to read you the numbers here. There would be a 30% tax on drone manufactured and shipped from China, which will then increase annually until reaching $100 plus 50% tax 4 years after the enactment of this. So if you think that this is not going to affect you because it only affects public safety responders, first responders, it does not. These would obviously have a massive impact on you. Obviously, we know that DJI is 70% of the market right now, so 70% of the users would be receiving an additional tax because of this act. So it is very important for you to take action. Please reach out to your representative, especially if you live in the area where Stefanik is, and let them know that this is not something that is acceptable. And the next story this week is a Michigan Supreme Court case that we talked about a year ago now. What happened is that somebody at the city decided to use a drone to surveil someone on their property and determine if their backyard was actually a junkyard. This is what they were trying to prove. The homeowner took them to court, lost, and then tried to take the case to the Supreme Court of Michigan. The Supreme Court decided that they were not going to review the specific case, which is an interesting decision because this could have had a serious effect on privacy laws in a bunch of different states by setting a precedent. Now, I'm still not sure how I feel about it because as a drone owner, I want the ability to fly pretty much anywhere I want. There are current privacy rules in place that does not restrict someone from flying over somebody's backyard. On the other hand, I'm also a homeowner, and last thing that I want to see is a drone hovering over my backyard and taking videos or photos, even if it's legal. So the fact that the Supreme Court decided not to do this opens up for possibly more ruling from Michigan if local legislators decide to take action on this and potentially try to prevent drones from flying over private property. Please let me know what you think in the comments. I don't think it's a clear-cut case in this case. Like I said, I want to be supportive of drone operation, but also we have to think about privacy and privacy concerns from people. And the last section this week is about a Philly YouTuber. You have heard us talk about him along with other people. There was a hearing on April 24th of this year, which is not too long ago. Now, I'm going to read you an excerpt here from the judge, from the report, and it says, subsequent to the April 24, 2024 hearing, I became aware of a video filmed by the defendant the same day and apparently posted on YouTube just prior to the hearing. In this video, the defendant appears to be operating a drone in a manner that directly violates specific portions of my February 2024 order. Although I did not consider this video when issuing my contempt findings, and although this video has quickly been removed from defendant's YouTube channel, I take judicial notice of its existence and again respectfully remind the defendant that his conduct involves a serious safety aviation matter. So it looks like there was an order from the judge, and it looks like Philly Drone Life decided, or Mikey, or Mike, whatever you want to call him, decided that he was going to be flying anyway and post it online, which is getting him potentially in trouble here. What can happen next? Apparently, the court has asked the government, who's filing against him, to make a case for the seizure and the management of his drones, including apparently a Mavic 3 drone from the report. This means that for civil contempt, he would be potentially losing his drones, and we're not sure what happens after this. So the FAA also has spoken about this and said that we work hard to educate people about safety flying their drone, and we don't hesitate to take strong enforcement action when pilots deliberately flout the rules. So it looks like the FAA is on the case as well. We'll keep you updated if we hear more from this, but this doesn't sound too good for Philly Drone Life. And then lastly, I want to remind you of the photo contest that we are running right now in the Pilot Institute community. You have the ability to win an awesome trophy and also $250. So you have until May 15th to submit your photo. We have actually quite a few entries already, and voting will happen soon after that on the 20th of May for a few days. And then we will announce the winner after that. So go ahead, go to the Pilot Institute community. You have access if you're one of our students. And then that's it. That's all we have. We'll be back in the office next week. We'll see you on Monday for the live and on Friday for the next news update. See you then.